Welcome to the Legends Senior Bowl presented by Nicholas Air. We are on site here at Georgetown Prep in northern Bethesda, Maryland for a great day of high school football. Quadri Ishmael, West Hall on site, having a good time, staying warm, Q, today. One of them days, but hey, this is good football weather as far as I'm concerned.
Perfect football weather, perfect conditions. I know the players, they've been out there practicing all week to perfect their craft so they can get a second chance to go out to make a first impression.
That's what I was going to say, because this is a showcase game, so it's more about the experience more so than the outcome. But when you think about opportunities that guys are going to be able to have right now, what does it mean to be able to participate in a game like this?
So when you're talking about being an all-star, clearly you have some level of talent. For whatever the reason, you just weren't able to display that talent. Now you get a chance to go up against other guys that are really good at their craft, and you can test yourself. But then in that test, you have a film that now you can take to a college coach and say, hey, look, I am deserving to be on your team to play at that next level.
Yeah, it's all about getting to the next level. No matter where you are in football, the aspiration is to ascend, and I'm glad that we get to see these guys take that chance today on a cold Saturday in the district. But coming up on the other side, kickoff is waiting for us at the Legends Senior Bowl. West down to Juliana. Juliana, you got me? 1, 2, 3 to West.
I got you. It's a little loud down here.
Copy.
Just a heads up.
Copy, clean. I got you. Oh, there we are. All right. It's the Legends Senior Bowl here at Georgetown Prep, brought to you by Nicholas Air here live on Monumental Sports Network. The temperature outside, for those inquiring, because yes, this game is played in December, that means the temperature outside says 37, but it feels like 33. But as far as I'm concerned, it's perfect football weather. Speaking of football, let's go down to the third member of our broadcasting crew, Juliana Morgan, standing by with Coach Stefanelli.
Andy, when you see an event like this today, what does the Legends Senior Bowl mean for young athletes still fighting for a chance to be seen?
This is a great opportunity for them to showcase their talents and kind of have one last high school football game. And really the best part, I think, is the camaraderie the kids develop over the course of the weeks of practice. It's really cool.
Now, Andy, you've seen a lot of football. Why is one more chance so imperative to athletes at this stage in their game?
Some of the kids maybe were overlooked, with the process now with recruiting, or haven't been seen yet. So this gives them a really unbelievable platform to be seen and showcase their talents, which some of them haven't had these opportunities during their high school careers.
So now you described BRYAN with 3 terms: joy, competition, and trust. What do those terms mean to you, especially as you're coaching these young athletes?
Well, Brian, I coach Brian, so the gift game is in his memory, and we tell the kids to try to have those values that he had. But also, one thing about Brian was he was an incredible competitor, but he always had fun. And so we want to do that too today, have a lot of fun and compete like crazy.
Well, it's going to be a fun day today. They're having fun up in the booth. Back to you guys.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, Juliana. We appreciate that. Fun is on the menu. But, of course, this is a game, so there's got to be keys to them, and they are brought to you by Sheehy, Q.
Well, I think having fun means that you go out there and have a joy and an enthusiasm to play this game called football, recognizing that your second key should be show your talent against top players. Yeah, this is going to be on film. Guys are going to be watching and checking it out. Coaches, so Go ahead and do that and focus in on the details. You've worked your tail off, play some good, sound football, show your talent and what you can do.
As they say, Coach Video never lies. Taking a look at Tyler Bell, the starting quarterback for Team Fegan today. Team Fegan, of course, being led by a great outside pass. That's how you get started. Immediately catch to Gerard Wood, still working across the 50-yard line. First pass, first completion of the day for Team Fegan.
Well, what I appreciate about it is just get the ball out on a simple hitch route. Defensive back is going to be playing off. Why not? Go ahead and get it out to Woods. And, of course, I love the fact that he's just showing his talent yet again with the run after catch and moving the chains for a first down.
Tyler Bell representing a wonderful high school up the road, but I've got to give Gerard Woods the love for that one out of Richard Montgomery. Picked up the snap, but regained quickly by Isaiah Taylor out of Northwest. Let's take a look at the starters on offense, brought to you by Kane Construction. Chris Moore at left tackle, Joshua Jean-Baptiste at left guard, Calvin Ruck at center, Nick Yale at right guard, and Arif Kamara at right tackle. Of course, the big guys up front, but don't forget the guys who, Q, you're more familiar with, the backs and receivers. Isaiah Taylor, Rowan Walsh at tight end, Josh Humphreys at wide receiver, Emmanuel Kayembe at wide receiver, and Gerard Woods, who we saw get that first catch, also split out. In second down, full lineup. Look left, split right, and over to the sideline. Nobody there, but let's take a look at the starters on defense, brought to you by CFI Group. All right, it's a D-line up front. Tyler Owens, along with Arthur Cutler III and Carlos Sherd, the big men up front. Then let's get to those linebackers. How about Jay Nettles, Kai Jones, Jeremy Allen, and Chase Watson. All the big guys in the backcourt. And then here we go, Q. Again, the guys you're more familiar with spending time with, Gabe Eisner, David Hockman, Joshua Greer, and Hayden Augustin, all in the DBs. Man, a lot of athleticism on the field today. And again, it's a showcase game, so the experience obviously is what's more important than the outcome, even though the outcome matters, Q.
The outcome matters as far as you being a competitor, but yes, the experience of being able to be out here with other special talented guys from around the state of Maryland is really awesome.
Bell with the drop back out of shotgun, looking left, and cannot connect with Josh Humphreys. So that will bring up a fourth down. Now, this is the perfect opportunity to educate everybody a little bit on how fourth downs work around here. So because these two teams are inside the 35-yard line, there will be no punting, along with no kickoff. So all possessions will start at the 35. But here's another little wrinkle that I love. No fake punts or no fake kicks. If you line up for it, you got to do it. And by the way, there are 3 extra point options, and we'll break those down as we get to them. But yeah, here's a first fourth down of the afternoon. And of course, the offense stays on the field because they are between the 35. So want to make sure everybody's on board with that. Tyler Bell in the backfield. In shotgun again. Dropping, looking right. And he throws the first pick of the day. And we're going the other direction. Knees up, feet up. Speak, and it is in for the very first touchdown of the day. That's Jay Nettles. Well played. First interception. Here we are at the Legends Senior Bowl. It's an immediate pick six, Q.
Immediate pick six because of the fact that the pressure on the quarterback, it puts you in a position where now you're trying to make a throw. The defensive back, you're going through your progression, not there, not there. Now I'm trying to get the ball out. Floated it up there, but just the ability of Nettles to read the quarterback's eyes, and now, yes.
He took a pick six for 60 yards in the cold. That's the way to get yourself activated.
60 to the hizzy. You're putting yourself on tape, and a lot of coaches, when it comes down to it, they're looking for defensive backs that have that instinct and that flair for the big play.
A lot of people don't understand the importance of good football instinct. Where does that IQ, how does it activate? That's what you want to see. Well done on the defensive side for the ball for Team Stewart. Doing some really great work there. So that's Gregory Proud. Back for the extra point. It is up. It is good. First points on the board go to Team Stewart. That's the way we get things activated. We're going to take a quick break here. Coming back, more first quarter action live from Georgetown Prep in Northern Bethesda, Maryland. It is the Legends Senior Bowl, brought to you by Nicholas Air on Monumental Sports Network. We want to say thank you to all our sponsors for the Legend Senior Bowl, presented by Nicholas Air, by Top Dog Services, by CFI Group, by Kane Construction, and by Grill Marks. Cardi, we're sitting here taking a look at Thursday's practice. I know you were privy to actually see these young guys go to work. Tell me what you saw.
I saw speed. I saw talent. I saw, from a defensive standpoint, guys getting after it. I saw a lot of coaching. When I say coaching, these coaches are giving these young men some opportunity to improve their craft. This isn't just some ordinary all-star game. You're looking to get better as a football player.
Indeed, and as they always say, defense gels first, as we saw Team Stewart get on the board first. And again, those extra points are worth 3 points, so that's why the touchdown is 6 and the EP is 3 and giving you 9. Tyler Bell with a handoff inside on a first down from the 35. As we remember, no kickoffs in this game, so each offense will start at the 35 coming out.
One of the things from Pat Ward's mantra with his coaches is getting the defense to rally to the football. Right there, you saw about 6 or 7 red jerseys just going to the ball, and that is what you want. You want to be aggressive on defense and making plays.
Indeed, as we look at a second down at about 8 yards to go. Again, Tyler Bell leading the charge for Team Fagan. In the backcourt alongside him in backfield, DJ Hammond at running back. I see a little H-back action there, Q.
A little H-back, a little versatility.
Hammond on the outside after the handoff, gets to the edge. 2 yards past the marker. That's a first down for Team Fagan.
It's just a nice little simple give. But now get into the outside to show your speed, getting up the football field. Nice job of your offensive line, setting the tone, setting the edge, and allowing the running back to get the first down.
DJ Hammond representing good counsel out from Olney, Maryland. And you talk about the amount of talent from the region, whether it's Virginia side, Maryland side. A lot of great talent on this field, including DJ Hammond in his first carry of the day. Fresh set of downs for Tyler Bell. Dropping, looking right. Pocket collapses, but he escapes left. Ball still in hand. And he scampers out for 3 on the left. Second down, Team Fagan.
I'll say this. When you have a tight end that is 6'5", I would be looking for him as my security blanket. In other words, I see it that, you know, for Tyler Bell, he's probably used to going to his right side. Most right-handed quarterbacks want to release the football, but when you have your tight end available with such size, use him to your advantage. Get yourself to get a chance to get into rhythm before going to your outside receivers. Look for 24.
I was going to say, you play with some great tight ends in your time in the NFL. You know about having guys that are primary targets. That blanket, again, Hammond on the inside give. Met emphatically on the defensive side of the ball. That's what it's all about. Great defense, number 14, Noah Krogan, D lineman.
Noah.
Big man. I tell you, those they call them the big uglies, but they're really a bunch of pretty boys inside. They want to get close to you, hug you, and have a little conversation on their way to the ground.
Yeah, on the way to the ground. We want to avoid those big uglies.
Yes.
And all that comfort hugging and tackling and hurting yourself.
I'll tell you, though, some of the funniest guys you ever play with in your life are on the defensive line.
Yes, they are.
3rd and 5 going in just on the 48-yard line for Team Fagan. Bell and Hammond in the backfield. And we've got contact inside, and the sack will officially be given to number 24, Carlos Scher, out of Mount St. Joseph.
You're going to see this nice swim move. Wow, just an amazing job of Sheridan and company. You talk about that D-line. I mean, again, watching them in practice and now watching them in the game, they're coming out here with a seriousness of trying to impress, get on film. You can always use strong D-line, great secondary play, and then all the rest.
I love it. It's the intensity and the discipline. Get to the quarterback early and angry, but have the discipline in a showcase game to wrap him up and let them blow the whistle. 4th down for Team Fagan. Again, no punting inside the 35. Bell drops back. Pocket collapse. Ball is out. Ball is out and recovered by Team Fagan. That's number 58. Patrick Vogue, 6'3". Excuse me, Ja'Kai Dixon. great recovery to keep the ball in hand, but that will be a first down for Team Stewart. Coming back on the other side, Team Stewart in the lead, 9-0, here from the Legends Senior Bowl, presented by Nicholas Air on Monumental Sports Network.
Cool. Very, very cool. Brown's awesome?
Yeah. Oh, no, I go to IU.
Oh, you got IU.
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Legends Senior Bowl presented by Nicholas Air. Taking a look at the year one by the numbers. Now, these are some impressive numbers. 65 year one participants are playing college football. And of course, 18 of them are in FCS or FBS D1 competition. A lot of great numbers, a lot of great accomplishments, hoping to build on it in year two. Speaking of two, let's go down to Juliana Morgan, who's standing by with two of our participants from last year.
You both were on the field last year. How has an event like this helped escalate your collegiate football career?
I would say it just brought a new perspective towards me, meeting new people around me, just learning how to play with others besides the guys who were on my team last year. It just really helped elevate me as a person and a player, I would say.
Yeah, just getting the opportunity to play against guys outside of your conference, guys that I'd never seen before, you know, some QO guys, some Mount St. Joe's guys. That was great.
How can an event like this just impact your whole collegiate experience in general, be an opportunity for all the men on the field tonight?
It was a big help. You know, you go into college and you meet a bunch of new people. This is the same thing. You know, you're on a brand new team, a bunch of new guys. Helps you learn how to mesh with people quick.
Now, we got two O-linemen here today. I'm sure you got your eyes out there on the line. Anyone sticking out to you today?
My boy Calvin Rook, he's playing center for the blue team. We played with him for 3 years at Good Counsel, so we're going to watch him a bit today.
Yeah, Calvin Rook, Zach Apple, and Seymour from Northwest. I see him a little bit. They look nice.
We're keeping our eyes on them today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Juliana. We appreciate that. While that interview was happening right there, we missed a flea flicker attempt from Humphrey to Wickman. Just a bit outside.
Just
if you're old
a bit
enough, I was going to say, if you're old enough to remember that one, let me know. Rylan Humphrey out of Georgetown Prep with a big handoff to the big man inside. That's number 0. BRYAN Williams. And let's take a look at that flea flicker again, Q.
You know, I loved it. Trick play, had the defense flowing, and now you have an opportunity for Oscar to get the touchdown. But the problem is he stopped running and he started running backwards. The rhythm of the play would have been an easy touchdown had he just kept running, and he would have walked into the end zone.
Just keep running, as they say. Humphrey and Williams in the backfield. Williams with the carry once again, drawing a lot of attention, as he should, from the defensive side of Team Fegan. Caden Chapman right there on the tackle, another big defensive lineman. Let's take a look at the starting lineup on the offensive side, brought to you by Kane Construction. Tegan Cox, Ian Ellis, Patrick Vuk, as we mentioned earlier, George Queen, and Justin Givani all on that side. Now looking at the backs and receivers, BRYAN Williams, the big running back out of St. John's College Prep. How about Cooper Horan, Oscar Wickman, who we saw earlier, and Cordero Foote, along with Colin Wiley. All of those guys, the specialists, as they like to call them, on the offensive side of the ball. Again, Humphrey in the backfield. A lot of shotgun you're going to see today. Not a lot on centers. Humphrey with the toss inside, and it is actually caught in stride down to the 12. Braden Troop with a great reception inside. I like a little skinny post action there, Q.
Oh, I mean, that was a dot, as they would call it. Excellent job of his mechanics, but then just beautiful job up the seam by Braden Troop. And what a catch and run. They're in rhythm. If you hadn't noticed, Team Stewart.
I was going to say, Team Stewart seems to be clicking on all cylinders, getting on the board first. Flag on the play.
Might be calling delay game.
Yeah. And that would be on the offensive side. So that's the first mistake of Team Stewart on the day.
I think what happens is you have a big play like that, but once things are set, that clock is going. You got to get the next play. Let's not celebrate on the big play. Let's capitalize on the big play.
As they say, celebrate on the sideline. On the field, we get to work. In the backfield, it's Aaron Foote along with Rylan Humphrey. Foote with the handoff inside. Gang tackled at the 18-yard line. Let's take a look at the starters on defense, brought to you by CFI Group. Caden Chapman, Jalen Mahoney, and Jefferson Circum. Now, Jefferson will be wearing number 11 today. He was out for the coin toss that actually helped Team Fagan get the ball first. But looking at those linebackers, Sidney Catlett III, Kevin Thomas, Chase Brown, Tommy Hanrahan. A lot of meat right there in the linebackers. But let's take a look at the secondary. Jack Nucci, Christian Salcedo, Khalil Keita, and Gabe Benicio. All in the backfield, the defensive backfield for Team Fagan. Humphrey in the backfield, along with Nassim Tension. Tension out of Arundel. Humphrey with the roll. In the back of the end zone, wide open, number 12, Kadaro Foote with the reception. Touchdown, Team Stewart, their second of the day. And yes, since it's a showcase game, it's time to showcase the celebration in the end zone. Team pick, oh, bowling pins. That's what you want to see more of. Well done by Team Stewart, lighting up the scoreboard here at Georgetown Prep.
Yeah, we're talking about just a great design. That waggle action, a little misdirection, get the defense flowing, but then you have that second level throw. Of course, Cordero has to allow for the secondary to kind of get spread thin, find the open area, and yes, when you have a quarterback that is just on fire like Humphrey, you know you're going to get the rock.
Gregory Powd back to kick that off, and again, shout out to Rylan Humphrey, of course, from Georgetown Prep, so he's got a little home field advantage. But Gregory Powd here to kick the second extra point, which will be worth 3 if it goes for Team Stewart. Splits the uprights right down the middle, moving the score to 18. Team Stewart up 18-0 on Team Fagan. Here with just under 5 minutes left to go in the first period. This is what it's all about, Q. Talk about delivering upon expectations. This is what you want to see. They start off with a pick 6 for 60 yards to get the day started. Then the offense gets the ball after a turnover on downs and completes the mission. Well done by Team Stewart.
Well, that's a 7-play, 57-yard drive, and it literally was all about Humphrey getting the ball out to his receivers. He's playing with a lot of poise. You saw a little of the misdirection that gets Team Fagan off balance because they have a lot of speed on the defensive front. Their mindset is, okay, if we can get that speed nullified, then we're going to have some plays that we can get down the football field, and Rylan is making it look easy.
Seeing as Rylan's playing on his home field, is there any kind of advantage, even though it's a showcase game, that he has? Like, I'm kind of familiar with these buildings. Now remember, there are no kickoffs, so Team Fagan will start the ball on the 35-yard line going out. That's Tyler Bell in the backfield. Faking the handoff, toss outside to number 20. Ooh, big hit on the outside. Well done. See, we're talking about this being a nice contested game for us, Q. This is what you want.
Yeah, this is really nice play right here. You're talking about Jake Forberger. He's in at quarterback, and you're just trying to get the ball out of your hands, get it to your big tight end, and at the same time, that's a sound tackle in open field.
Well done by Augustin on that tackle right there. I know it's a showcase game, but the contact that he was not afraid to initiate, well received.
It's football now. It's an all-star game. You ain't get here just because you were playing two-hand touch at recess.
Exactly. Oh, I love the competitive fire of these two teams already. Bell in the backfield once again. Our umpires in the day. A few whistles, When you see him clapping in red, that means we're going the other direction. Not a problem at all for those at home. Bit of a false start on that, so they'll lose 5 yards for Team Fagan.
Middle of the field is wide open.
I'm telling you. Single safety high. Bell with the drop back inside. Oh, a little hook and ladder action. We're pulling out the gadget plays today. Well done on the reception of that. This is what you want to see. Action on top of action. Junior Rodriguez on the receiving end of that little hook and ladder play there, Q.
Yeah, you know, you talk about the big tight end. Rowan catches it, and then Rodriguez does the rest with the little hook and ladder. Little action, little opportunity to see if Team Stewart is going to be disciplined with their defense or if they are going to over pursue. Again, in all-star games, you sometimes get a little overexcited, and that's where the opposite team could take advantage of it. Modest gain, 3rd and long.
Not afraid to switch things up on us. No, the quarterback in is Jake Forberger now. In the backfield, decides to hand that one off. Well done on the reception. It's Carlos Scher on the tackle. And again, it's a showcase game, so you're going to see something that you might not see more often than not, which is a change of quarterbacks within the same drive. Like quarterback, coaches send one in for a couple plays, one will come out. The fluidity of the offense, whatever works, works, especially after you're able to use a hook and ladder. But right now, after this, it's now 4th down. So far, Team Fagan is 0-2 on the day. Remember, they had that turnover on downs in last possession.
And now, because they are on the opposite side of the 34, you're going to see our first punt of the game. And I promise you, the punter can flat out punt the ball, and the returners, what I saw in practice, oh, buddy, hold on.
Braden Lutz back there for Georgetown Prep. A lot of Georgetown Prep students represented today. With his heel on his 18, remember, we're outside of the 35, so we can get a first punt of the game. The skip on the ground, but still able to get it up, nose up. Bounces out on the 35, and that's a live football. That's a live football. Blue is up. Team Fagan is jumping. They're saying it's theirs. Let's see what the official call is. That is a blue football. Team Fagan keeping that. Number 53, Joshua Jean-Baptiste on the recovery.
Jean-Baptiste, I was sitting there saying how great the returner is going to be, and unfortunately he saw that there was a lot of blue around him, and when you have a lot of blue, you get away from the ball. You call Peter. If you were in practice and or game for whatever team you'd be playing for, you would be talking to the head coach on the sideline, and the words would not be kind.
Yes, a little slight conversation to be had right there. Well done by Team Fagan to chase the ball. Good things happen when you're near the ball. Tyler Bell back in at quarterback now. Remember, we talk about a fluid offense. Bell back in the gun, looking right, decides to keep it himself, tucking it across the 30. Still running inbounds and finally wrapped up on the outside by number 16, Gabe Eisler.
So now, when you're playing that zone defense, and Tyler was trying to get it down the seam, the ball just was not there, and good, strong protection, but now use your legs. Be that dual threat, especially in today's game. You know that opportunity to run the football is very enticing when it comes to coaches looking for quarterbacks to lead their football team.
That is I would say the future of the game, but to your point, it is the presence of the game. A dual threat quarterback gives you twice the opportunity to make something magical happen on offense. First out for Bell. Quick inside. Tipped multiple times. Nobody can bring it down, but if you gave him another shot, it probably still wouldn't happen because defensive guys. Why do I take pot shots at defensive guys? I'm an offensive guy. I can't help it.
I mean, I'm an offensive guy too, but that was really good. One, by the defense, just making it a little bit uncomfortable for the offensive player, but you can also see right there, and that's a catch that you need to have, and that's an interception that you need to have.
Yeah, Josh Humphreys was the intended receiver on that play.
I think for Josh Humphreys, he needs to just settle in his feet and allow himself just to make the catch, not think about getting up the field for extra yards.
Bell was splits to right, decides to hand off inside to Isaiah Taylor, representing Northwest High School. Meets a host of red defender jerseys around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Isaiah, I see you. I like that. You know, some of the simplest of things. You know, you're talking about second and long. Now you got it third and manageable. It's a third and manageable opportunity because of that nice run. You were able to follow behind your offensive line and then again get positive yards up the football field.
It's the old Occam's razor. Simplest solution tends to be the correct one. Just go ahead and take the yards that the defense gives you. Bell and Taylor in the backfield. Split right twins. Number 5, Joshua Humphreys, ISO to himself. Bell decides to keep it and tuck roll left, fading to the outside, and a great reception along the sideline to number 24, Rowan Walsh, the tight end.
Well, Rowan, he's going to be making plays like that. Young man out of good counsel, supposed to be going to Delaware, taking his talents to the Blue Hens, but that was just being in the right place at the right time. When your quarterback scrambles, you got the scramble rules where he's trying to get a chance to get up the field, and he did just that, made the big play.
Tight end representing good counsel and standing at a short, and I mean short, 6'5", and 240 pounds. You talked about a big target for a quarterback. Mr. Rowan is one of those things.
Yes, he's a guy that I had a chance to talk to, great listener, very coachable, and wants to get better.
So we are now 1st and goal. And there's going to be a timeout on Team Fagan. Blue side near side, red side far side. That's Team Stewart on the far, but yes. The way that we got here so far, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of early touchdowns in the first period. 1Q started off with a pick 6 to the house for 60 yards.
Yeah, we talking about pick 6. You're talking about guys just recognizing, hey, this ball is mine. I'm about to go ahead and take this to the house. Nettles with a great job. And then again, you're talking about just running the offense and way in which they've been able to do it. Yeah, it is about bowling and talking about bowling for dollars, because those guys are going out there and making themselves available, and excellent job by Team Stewart.
Indeed, Team Stewart trying to metaphorically bowl over Team Fagan today. It's a showcase game, but there is pride at the scoreboard. We're going to get more of it with 35 seconds left to go here in this first period. Just love the competitive spirit of these high school players. You know, it's not just about the reps. They really enjoy the love of the game. Anybody could have mailed it in and said, I'm good, I don't want to play in the showcase, but these guys love their craft and they're out here getting better, putting on a great showcase for the fans here as well. 1st and goal from the 5, far hash. Bell in the backfield. Scramble is looking left, finds him a receiver in the backfield, and that is a confirmed touchdown. First one of the day, caught by Jaden Parker out of Montgomery Blair High School.
Jaden Parker, make yourself available to your quarterback. It's not about maybe that first opportunity. You should see where Bell is just going through his progression. And of course, excellent route, an excellent opportunity to get into the vision of your quarterback for the touchdown.
I love how Tyler Bell is able to stay, quote-unquote, poised under pressure.
Yes.
Able to find his receivers no matter what the pressure is. He can slide left, slide right, and it works in his favor. And right now, it's about to be Braden Lutz. Again, Braden Lutz for this extra point try, worth 3 points if it counts. This would obviously help split the difference. But on that drive, you're looking at 36 yards on 10 plays. In a minute, just under 2 minutes. So well done by Team Fagan to be able to answer the call. Kick is up from Lutz, and it wiggles left, but it goes between the pipes, and that's all that matters. Now the score, 18-9. Team Stewart up on Team Fagan. Q, this is what I like to see. Well done. 3 touchdowns already in the first period.
Well, we know that this was going to be an up-tempo game. We know that, again, you see talent on both sides of the football. I think it comes down to who can read their keys and be disciplined, because both quarterbacks are trying to get the ball out, but if you're putting pressure on them, I think that's where the mistakes can happen in your favor if you're Team Stewart, for example, who is about to get the ball back.
For those just joining us, first of all, thank you for joining us here on the Legends Senior Bowl presented by Nicholas Ayer here, part of the BRYAN 11 Foundation. Neither team, because we have this game of showcasing high school talent, no kickoffs. So each offense will start off at the 35-yard line. Humphrey in the backfield decides to hand that one off. And breaking to the outside, as he should, because that's where big men like to punish people, is Nasim Tension. Excuse me, A.J. Lopez. Halftime is winding down here. Just under 10 seconds left to go. It's been an eventful first period so far. A lot of things have been to thaw out a little bit. Temperatures warmed up. And so has the talent and score on the field right now. Team Stewart up 18-9. We're back with more of the Legends Senior Bowl, presented by Nicholas Era on Monumental Sports Network.
So right now, or can you ask him when? Now? Okay. Hey, Coach. Coach, they want to talk to you now.
Hello.
Hey, Coach, how we doing?
Good. How are you?
We are well. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. So we got you back in 1 minute.
Sounds good. They said 1 minute.
Well, let's take a look at the first quarter stats here at the Legends Senior Bowl. First quarter stats are also brought to you by the BRYAN 11 Foundation. So rushing yards for Team Fagan, and obviously in their favor. Both teams over 40 yards passing, and both teams have had 2 or more first downs, and both teams also have a turnover. But it's Team Stewart in the lead right now with 18-9 after the first period. Let's have a great conversation with a great man who knows a thing or two about football. Coach Pat Ward. First of all, Coach, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, how are you feeling the day after that first quarter?
Pretty good. Got a nice, feel better if we would have got that double pass for a touchdown, but everything's going pretty good.
You talk about, Coach, the opportunity to coach these young men during the week of practice. Who stood out to you as a guy that was impressive both offensively and then a guy on the defensive side of the ball?
I would say I'm a little biased because I've coached him, but BRYAN Williams did a really good job for us. He's played a little bit on both sides of the ball. So I would say he sticks out to me a lot.
Coach, I know a lot of the focus is on the players of having a chance to participate in this showcase game, but what does it mean for yourself, for the other coaches as well, to be able to kind of come out and participate on a great Saturday of football?
Yeah, I think so. This is a great opportunity for all these kids who are still looking for homes, and with the transfer portal and everything else, there's a lot of really good kids that are still available. Let's go. Let's go. All right, sorry.
No, do your job, Coach. That's what it's all about. I love that.
But yeah, I just think it's, the Strittmatter family is a great family, and they're really doing this for these kids who are slipped through the cracks with how college football has kind of turned into the NFL.
Coach, when you talk about the particulars of the game, obviously we see Williams there just taking it up the field and showing his physicality and his talents. When did you see the guys starting to click offensively as far as what you guys wanted to implement as far as the line call and with the skill players?
Yeah, I think Sean Strittmatter, who's calling the plays for us, has done a really good job putting everything together. And, we have a little bit of everything. We're rotating 3 backs through. We have a good quarterback, pretty good offensive line, and receivers out there running around making plays. So I think it's a credit to the offensive staff doing a really good job.
Coach, I'll leave you with this last question. Not to dip into your playbook, but you did mention and lice a little hook and ladder and some extra things you have up your sleeve. Anything else we can expect from the booth without tipping off the entire world to what you got?
I'm hoping BRYAN Williams throws a touchdown.
We'll take that. Coach Ward, we appreciate you hanging out with us on the broadcast, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. Bad word right there. I love a good coach who doesn't mind pulling out a trick play or a gadget play, whatever you call it.
Yes.
Not afraid, fearless as well. We see Humphrey with the handoff inside. Ball is out once again. And it's a scrum, but it looks to be recovered once again by Team Fagan. First it was the offense on a recovery, now it's the defense on a recovery. Going the other way, guys getting after it. Intensity inside. It's a showcase game, but you never know based on the competition.
Yeah, I think Aaron Foote, he's sitting to himself, oh, I got a big hole, I'm about to take it, but then you lose ball security. Awesome job by Team Fagan of punching the ball out. That is a technique that you see at the pro level, but to have it here at the high school level, again, shows the high football IQ of this all-star game week. And I say week because you're talking about practicing those punch-outs during the week of practice.
That's what I was talking about. Chase Brown on the punch-out and Sidney Catlett the third on the recovery, so well done by Team Fagan on the defense, giving themselves the ball back on offense. And back in at quarterback Tyler Bell. Bell back, pocket collapse, shakes one off his leg, rolling left, ball still up, avoiding the big hit on defense. Well played by Tyler Bell to get down 2nd and 10. That was Noah Krogan on the hot pursuit.
Yeah, that just is where, unfortunately, you don't have the protection that you would want, because if you had got the ball out without that pressure, there were some throws to be made down the football field, but again, Tyler Bell is doing the smart thing. Don't make a bad situation worse by throwing it into coverage and or being loose with the football and creating a turnover for the other team.
So you live to play another down. Preservation. Bell once again in the backfield. Looking left, decides to take it up top. One-on-one into double coverage. And unable to bring that one in. That's Joshua Grier out of St. Mary's Reich and trying to take the pick away.
Joshua, I'm telling you right now, you just called upon your inner Malachi Starks. First round draft choice for the Baltimore Ravens, played at Georgia, played center field, and he would make routine pass breakups like that. Now, can you catch the ball?
I was getting ready to say, there's a difference between the WR and the CB. And it's those plays right there. But great, you talked about this earlier, Q. The instinct for the ball. Find it, recognize it, get to it.
Trust it, see it, make it happen. Excellent job by Joshua Grier.
And there was a flag on the play as well. So the roughing the passer was the call. So now they advance to the 46-yard line. Team Fagan with the ball moving downhill, trailing by 9. Bell calls his own numbers, brought down and ball out once again. Ball still out, and it looks to be a recovery from Blue. Let's see who stands up with that ball in hand. It'd be number 2, DJ Hammond on the recovery. It's Noah Krogan with the punch out inside.
I just keep on thinking to myself, this is a new day. This is a new day in that they see what the pro game is like, and they're translating it down to this level. Nice job of saying, look, I'm going for the tackle, but I'm also going for the strip. It's both. And as an offensive player, you have to recognize that ball security is priority number 1.
Yeah, it reminds me of Peanut Punch.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Legendary Chicago Bears safety.
Peanut Tillman. On the carry right there, it's Hammond brought down inside by the big man, Jaden Lewis.
Jaden.
See, I like that when the big man decides, hop on. I'll hop on and take a ride, big man. Just because you're quick doesn't mean you got to get outrun me. As we're looking at 3rd and 8 for Team Fagan. Just under 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Looking at Jalen Lewis out of H.D. Woodson High School. So don't forget, he's standing at 6'2", 280. That's a lot of man to move inside.
And the thing is, if he gets his opportunity to play at the next level, they'll beef him up, and he'll get even bigger, and he'll get even stronger. He's going to be playing on some team on Saturdays.
Going to put him on that 2-stake regimen. Tyler Bell and DJ Hammond in the backfield. Bell with the drop, pressure from outside, gets it to his big tight end. And they let the play roll all the way to the tackle to the ground. That's BRYAN Williams on the tackle, but a flag is on the play as well. Reception made by number 24, Rowan Walsh.
You know, I like Rowan's ability to snatch the ball out of the air with his hands.
Yeah.
Very smooth catcher of the ball. But you also see right there the sportsmanship.
That's what it's about.
Yep.
That's what it's about. Rowan, you mentioned a tight end with hands. Kind of a guy reminds me of the name. His name rhymes with Heap. Heap. I'm wondering if that brings any recollection to you there.
Yes,
Q?
sir.
Big tight
a little
ends.
personal foul on Team Stewart.
Yep.
And I think it was because of the whistle being blown and him, BRYAN Williams, throwing him to the ground.
Again.
But I do recognize this. So yes, you see that Williams is coming in, the whistle is blown, and it's the extra right there that is going to be called. However, when they were sitting there, both teams in a huddle, they both went over to each other, dapped each other up because of the sportsmanship of saying, look, hey man, my bad, I was getting a little extra. That's not what we're all about.
That's it. That's what it's about. Bell and Hammond in the backfield. And the end-around handoff, number 19, Emmanuel Kayembe. Contact inside, still not driven down yet. A host of defenders there. DeLeon Otero Gray, safety slash linebacker in there on the tackle. See, again, I love the fact that both coaches are not shy about showing off some gadget plays. We've seen an end around, we saw a flea flicker. Like, this is what you want to see, but back to the previous play point about the sportsmanship.
Yes.
It's so important that people understand these guys are competitors, but they're also gentlemen amongst each other, right?
Yes.
There's a respect, and so yeah, I'm intense, I want to make the tackle, but hey, kid, I'd like to play against you on a few more Saturdays, so my bad, let's get to the next play. Bell and Hammond in the backfield. Malone split out left, along with Kayembe. Bell rolls left, looking for Malone over top, and it's apparently intercepted.
Wow, that was a great interception.
Great pick deep in the end zone by number 17, Ashton Early, out of Wise High School.
Wow.
Bell's first pick of the day.
Ashton Early. You talk about trying to make a play, Bell's throwing it up, but just looking at the ball, tracking it all the way. That is just a beautiful job by Ashton.
Ashton looks like he's auditioning for center field for a baseball team out there. Second pick of the day
Hey,
for Bell.
that was fantastic coverage, excellent tracking and ball hawking skills. Again, another Malachi Starks special.
We're talking about the best 75 athletes around these parts, all out here today to compete at a high level. So, not to take it for granted, but you almost expect plays like that.
Well, here's the thing, Wes, because I am watching them in practice, I'm watching them today in the game, you're seeing such talent, it baffles me that some coach somewhere allowed this level of talent to slip through the cracks. Hopefully, they'll be able to see this film and get on a roster somewhere.
Humphrey back in the backfield. Handoff inside. It's number 2. That'd be A.J. Lopez out of Sherwood High School. Defense inside, not to be messed with. Jefferson Serkfam on the tackle.
Yeah, and special number 11 jersey, meaning that he is that guy that exemplifies what BRYAN was all about. I loved watching him practice. The dude has a motor. He is extremely talented, and yes, a fun player to watch.
Humphrey's playing on his home field today in the backfield. 2nd and 12. Humphrey looking left. Bit of a wobbler, but it makes a connection. It's number 4, Colin Wiley. Colin Wiley, wide receiver out of St. John's Catholic Prep on his receptions, first on the day. And And again, that competitive spirit with so many different schools represented, obviously so many different rivalries embedded depending on which school. So the fact that you get to play with sometimes or sometimes against guys you're familiar with just only adds to the fun of the day.
I mean, you could be an intense rival. You could be on the same team. Be like, hey, man, I ain't like you.
But today,
we boys. Let's
for
go
the
out
next
and play.
4 quarters, when we go triple O, it's back to the opposite side. Rylan Humphrey, quarterback for Georgetown Prep. Back in quarterback in motion. Oh boy, another gadget play. That's up. And the intended receiver, thrown from BRYAN Williams, cannot connect to number 23, Oscar Wickman. Great play design.
Oscar. That's twice where Oscar has had an opportunity. And this isn't, oh, let's pick on Oscar Day. No, but we are saying that he has been on the incompletion end of 2 plays that could have been big plays for Oscar.
In Oscar's defense, only because my grandfather's name is Oscar, so I'll defend him. The second one came from a running back.
It did,
so
but it was a good ball, though.
It's a good ball, though.
I mean, that was a good ball.
But on the ride home, I'm going to say it came from a running back. That's going to make me feel better about myself. As we're taking a look at 4th down now, remember, we are outside the 35-yard line, so a punt is in place. Number 25, Gregory Proud, back to punt. Proud is the kicker and the punter today.
He has a season long of 49 yards. Let's see if he can put the football in.
Punt is up, almost blocked. Wobbler to the left, right at the 50-yard line, and takes a quick roll outside. 50-yard hash mark. Right now, we are under 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Team Stewart up 18 over Team Fagan's 9. We are here at the Legends Senior Bowl, presented by Nicholas Ayer on Monumental Sports Network.
Oh, maybe because they went to black because it's heavy.
The Legends Senior Bowl, presented by Nicholas Ayer, taking a look at the legends, and I mean absolute legends. Team Fagan and Team Stewart, led by some absolute greats and giants of football. Let's talk about coaching careers. If you're fortunate enough to even be around one of these guys, you know what winning looks like. Jim Fagan, 36 years here at Georgetown Prep. Willie Stewart, 34 years at Eastern High School and Anacostia High School. Both of them a combined over 400 wins. Well done. Right now, though, Juliana Morgan standing by with Coach Stewart.
Thanks, Wes. Coach Stewart, you've mentored countless athletes throughout your entire career. What does accessibility mean to you?
Basically, being able to prepare the young men for college. Because so many of them are using football as a way to get to college on scholarships. So I'm impressed by their work ethic.
Coach, we have some fantastic photos of you throughout your career, so we want you to take a look at it here today. What stands out to you about the athletes that are currently on this field?
Well, basically, I always enjoyed coaching, you know, being involved in their development. And it's just been a fun time, you know, my 34 years of coaching. Oh, yeah, some great pictures.
Yeah, we see your son on there. How enjoyable is it for you just coaching some of these high school athletes and including your son during?
Well, I coached 2 of my sons in high school, and you know, that was very enjoyable, just having them on the team and watching them also develop. It's all about development for the next level.
Well, you've helped ensure that a lot of these athletes can develop. Thank you so much. Back to you, Wes.
Thanks so much, Juliana. I appreciate Coach Stewart there taking a trip down memory lane. Of course, we're creating some new memories today here at Georgetown Prep on the outside with a great dish, the screen pass on the outside to number 4. That's Gerard Woods on the reception from Richard Montgomery. Well played, a gain of 20 yards. Another set of fresh downs for Team Fagan.
I just love the fact that you get the ball out of your hands so quickly, and then you allow your receivers to just do things like this. Making guys miss, that's 3, that's 4, and you're getting the ball up the field after making guys miss an open field. Again, speed, vision, the ability to cut on a dime, and then the toughness to get the ball up the field and protecting it.
Jake Forberger on the pass attempt. I love that he got it out of his hands quickly, joining the backfield. Big run inside from the big man inside. Tackle made by Tyler Owens on that. Junior Rodriguez on the carry. Talking about man meeting man. It's good old-fashioned physics when you get a tough runner inside meets a tough defensive lineman. Something's got to give.
Hey, I'm telling you, I was out here watching the running backs practice. The amount of talent on both sides of the ball at the running back position. They catch the ball well, they run with great vision, and yes, they have that sense of toughness that you need from the running back.
Rodriguez and Forberger in the backfield. Jaden Parker to the near side. Pass attempt to Parker, just a little shy from his ankle. Forberger, I know he wants that one back. That brings up 4th down. 8 yards to go.
Yeah, Forberger, he's probably sitting there saying, my bad. I should have just set my feet and made the throw.
I'm telling you, just those little things.
Details matter.
To mark that, I'm seeing the fall field markers again telling us 3rd down and 8, excuse me. So far, Team Fagan today, 1 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. Again, same formation as before. Parker to the near side, trips right up top.
Man to man, Jake, come on now.
Right, man coverage. Play clock ticking down to 2. Just get it off. Hand off to Rodriguez inside, and Rodriguez not afraid to take some contact inside. Tackle made by Kai Jones.
Junior Rodriguez goes and finds contact. That is just tremendous. You know, okay, you guys gonna go ahead, watch. I'm coming for you.
Q, I'm gonna say another name and you'll know where I'm going. I've always been afraid of the guys who play football with no gloves on. No wristbands. Kind of reminds me of a guy down the name with Jamal Lewis.
Jamal Lewis.
Awesome. No gloves.
No.
You made business decisions getting in front of him.
Yes, he was my teammate his rookie year, I don't know what, 8th year, but bottom line was when we won the Super Bowl, we would talk about that, the fact that he just didn't like to wear gloves, but when you shook his hand, you knew why.
Oh yeah.
The grip. I mean, he had hands just were incredibly strong, and I think that is one of the things that is a mark of a good running back, the ability to grip the ball. And for him, it's like, yeah, I'm gripping the ball, I don't need gloves.
I remember hearing stories about him when he was a kid or younger, back in Georgia when Jamal was in. Yes. They always say he stood out a man amongst boys. Like, you did not want to be on the receiving end of a Jamal Lewis run when he's coming downhill. And again, Rodriguez with no gloves on. Hint, hint, choose wisely. As we're looking at a 4th down, Forberger and Rodriguez in the backfield. Twin split on both sides. Forberger drops, bails under pressure. Switches to his left hand and makes the marker. Let's see if they mark that as a 1st down. And they do. Great conversion on the 1st down. Kai Jones on the tackle, once again calling his name, so well done on the defense. Unable to stop the 1st down, though, Q.
Well, you see the protection is sound, and Saleh had to step up in the pocket, but because the defense had dropped back, you're going to get an opportunity to run. And again, that's that secondary sense that you have to have of recognizing when to throw it and then when to take off. And he did an excellent job of finding the sticks, getting the 1st down, keeping possession of the ball in the red zone.
Jake Forberger, not afraid of contact, standing at 6'2", 215 out of Walter Johnson High School. Able to stand over that offensive line and see downfield. Got himself a fresh set of downs right at the 19-yard line. Going in. Forberger drops and decides to take it over top. If it's good, he catches it. That's number 5 on the reception, Josh Humphreys for the touchdown. Representing Prince Orchard High School.
Watch Jake Forberger going through his progression and just dots that so beautifully to his receiver. Talk about a great ball, nice back of the end zone opportunity. Josh Humphreys, beautiful. Celebrate, young man, celebrate. Yes.
Indeed, Forberger with the commendable pocket poise, seeing the contact coming and stands tall, still delivers a great ball and takes contact.
Well, he actually allowed for his receiver to get open by looking off the safety.
Yeah.
And that's a very mature quarterback flow, if you will, to get your guys open down the field.
Braden Lutz on the extra point attempt, worth 3 if it goes. Low knuckler, but it clears the crossbars, and now we are officially knotted up, 18-all. Things are going quite well here. Just over 3 minutes left to go in the second period. It's the Legends Senior Bowl presented by Nicholas Air on Monumental Sports Network. Today's Legend Senior Bowl is presented by Nicholas Air here on Monumental Sports Network. We're all knotted up, 18-all, with just over 3 minutes left to go in the second period. Back to live action here. Team Stewart with the ball, running outside, taking on a lot of contact, but unafraid of every drop of it. That's Tommy Hanrahan on the tackle. Well done. That last drive, by the way, for Team Fagan was 6 plays and 52 yards. Now, Fagan on defense.
I think that was the Forberger drive because he was just slicing and dicing with his passing attack. Plus, he also was deft with his legs, picking up a critical first down to get into the red zone to keep those fresh set of downs going.
Aaron Foote on that last carry. Foote along with Humphrey in the background. Humphrey rolling, queuing for downfield. Can't find anybody. Decides to make a decision to scamper out of bounds. Keeping the drive alive. Again, you talk about poise and maturity, Q, right there. Sometimes you just keep it, take the yards, and go out of bounds.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, he wanted to get his receiver to take it upfield and try to sling it down the football field, but you can also see right here that, oh, there you go. Go, go, go. Nope, nobody's there. Be smart with it. Let me go ahead and live to fight another down.
Rylan Humphrey, 6'1", 190 out of Georgetown Prep. Stats say he runs a 4.53 Q.
He runs it. I can see it. There, you know, speed recognizes speed. My 4 or 5 days are long gone. But I will say this: my eye for it is sharp as ever.
There you go.
That young man has some ability to turn something into the spectacular.
Got a 3rd and 5 on the 40-yard line. Defense hungry to jump the line. Flag is on the play. And now we're getting a false start call.
Mother of pearl.
Man.
Offensive line just sat there, and
when they give them to you, you got to stay put.
Yeah.
When they're jumping, you got to stay down.
You got to.
So that'll move them back to the initial line of scrimmage. So false start you'll see right here after that D-line jumped.
So now if that D-line jumped, and then if you would have been drawn, that would have helped. Chris Moore should have just jumped. That would have been
right. Jump the call. Right. Jump the call.
Yep.
That was
Chris
George
Moore
Queen.
kind of just held his water, pointed his finger, and his other offensive lineman wound up being the one jumping off sides.
Unfortunate for George Queen out of Bishop McNamara on the jump there. However, 3rd and 10 again with Humphrey in the backfield. Humphrey with the completion. Getting the full 10 yards on that from Braden Troop. Braden out of Westminster High School. Tommy Hanrahan on the tackle right there. Great job to catch up the 10 yards.
Yeah, I tell you what, Braden has just been reliable all week, and he's continuing that trend. Get in the vision of your quarterback, make the strong catch, and get up the football field. It's elementary, elementary.
And we have officially hit the 2-minute warning here, Q. This game is burning by. We got ourselves a tied ball game, 2 touchdowns, all extra points made. But let's take a look at Team Fagan and how they got here, because they got a couple of big touchdowns to balance this game out.
Yeah, you know what? I love the fact that this is an all-star game, and you're going to see the quarterback start warming up, and of course, both guys look in the part. Both guys are getting it and finding their receivers, whether it be Bell or whether it be Forberger, able to get the ball down the football field, and their receivers showing up for them with the big catches.
Indeed, the quarterbacks on the day, Bell and Forberger for Team Stewart, excuse me, for Team Fagan, and Riley Humphrey for Team Stewart. So 3 QBs on the day. All of them had some quality reps. As we continue on with 1st and 10 for Humphrey. Quads outside, pass protection. Humphrey calling for a downfield. Looks and completed to the near side to Jesse Faulkner. Excuse me, Jack Nucci on the tackle.
I tell you what, Wes, this is chess, not checkers. I mean, Humphrey is just manipulating the defense, and his eyes and his vision to see where his receivers are, to allow them to come open, but then at the last minute just zing it accurately on the move really shows his arm talent, just his overall football IQ.
Humphrey with the drop back, pocket collapse as he escapes near side, keeping it once again. Sliding on out of bounds, gain of 5. To your point, Q, Kevin Thomas on the tackle right there. You talk about the fact that they have to respect the eyes and the arms, so it just leaves a ton of space for him to scramble and escape the pocket.
Yeah, you know, and here's the thing, he's always looking upfield. It's not just I'm going to scramble to run, I am scrambling to throw. But don't, you know, test me because I will run. And of course, he did right there, and you're looking at a 2-minute drill, a very difficult portion of the offense to run, especially in an all-star game. But when you have a quarterback like Rylan, you're seeing the poise and the execution of the offense.
2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line. Humphrey rolls left, pressure up front, brought by the big man, number 11, Jefferson Serkfim. But there's a flag on the play.
Oh boy.
And I see claps from the blue side.
You know what that means. That means that's some intentional grounding. He had the flood of his receivers were to the left, and he got pushed to the right, threw the ball away. But young man, as much as we've been praising you, we got to go ahead and give you some constructive criticism.
That's it.
That opportunity right there to get the ball. Okay, now I'm throwing it away. 11 on 11. That's what it is. Rylan Humphrey was looking at Jefferson coming at him, and Serkfim was not having any of it. Intentional grounding, that's going to be a loss of down.
As you mentioned, Q, any player fortunate and honored to wear number 11 is somebody you have to focus on.
Yes, sir. Both players on both teams, Stewart and Fagan, wearing number 11, representing what that jersey number means to the BRYAN 11 Foundation.
So now on third, and what appears to be plus 17. Humphreys with the jump back. Humphrey with the toss into the middle of traffic, and a great completion across the middle. Braden Troop on the reception. Well done by Humphreys to gain back the lion's share of those yards. Timeout, Team Stewart.
Well, I just think Braden Troop, I mean, you would think that he was a receiver for forever with what Humphrey is doing. I mean, number one, poise, boom, deliver it, hands, catch it. Know you're going to get hit, doesn't matter. I love the fact that you're seeing guys make themselves available.
Braden Troop out of Westminster High School. He was also over there with Colin Wiley. I'm not going to lie. I saw two men in the zone. I wasn't exactly sure who was going to get the reception, but Troop right there in the middle of traffic, poised, under control. His fourth reception right there. 59 yards on the day for him, so well done so far from Braden Troop out of Westminster High School.
Yeah, again, we're talking, hey, you might not be at the football championship level or bowl level, but you can get to the FCS and play some good football. And what I'm seeing on the field today, a guy like a Braden Troop, a guy that is slinging it to him in Ryland Humphrey, like, this is good football. You can play it at the next level.
You know, to your point, a lot of people forget that since it's a showcase game and these players don't get to play with each other at all during the regular season, and defense usually gels first. Yep. So the fact that we're seeing so much offensive productivity shows you the talent level about how these players are able to learn and absorb the information, but then go apply it on the field as well.
There were a lot of coaches from a lot of different colleges that came to the different practices and watched them practice, and some of the guys were offered an invite to camp to continue their opportunity to play football at the collegiate level.
Humphrey on a fourth down drop back, can't make the completion outside to number 7, Jesse Faulkner. Play is incomplete, and for those wondering why didn't they try to punt or anything of that nature, well, they were inside the 35, so that is not allowed. So they had to go for it, and that is a turnover on down. So now Team Fagan, with 1:21 left on the clock here in the second period, gets the ball.
And here's the interesting thing, that ball there was a lot of communication when it came to the defensive back. And Jack Nucci, his coaches were coaching him up, thinking, hey, listen, bro, you had an opportunity to read the receiver's eyes and make that interception. I love these coaches, both sides of the ball. I mean, experienced coaches, coaches that have played or coached state champion level players that have gone on to higher heights. This is what it is all about, helping these guys become better football players and young men off the field as well.
Tyler Bell drops back for Team Fagan, escaping the pressure. Across the line of scrimmage, gain of 10, decides to slide, and some fun jumping going on from the defenders on that side of the ball. That's Noah Krogan over the top, but well played for Tyler to get down.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody is recognizing that, hey, look, we're trying to cover it, protect the deep ball, so there's a huge opening in the middle of the football field, and that's what he took advantage of.
Bell and Taylor in the backfield together, just over a minute left to go in the period. Completion outside to number 19. That ball is down and out, so incomplete pass. That's Emmanuel Kiembe out of Clarksburg.
Did he not catch it?
I thought he caught it.
And made a football move?
I was going to say, my eyes, but
I mean, there's no instant replay.
Yeah.
The side official, she said it was incomplete. We will say okay. And
that's it, and we will move right along. But let's take a second look at it, though, because I thought he did as well.
Well, you know what? There is the
no. Never had possession.
See, that's why she's down there doing it, and we up here.
That's why they wear the stripes and we wear the headsets.
Okay, the eye in the sky don't lie. Great camera work by our camera crew.
Shout out to them. Second and 10 from the 47 going in for Team Fagan. Under 1 minute to go. Bell with the drop back looking left, escapes pressure, finds a sweet spot inside. Reception made by Jaden Parker down to the 42-yard line. Aaron Foote, DeLeon Otero Gray on the tackle right there. And we've got a timeout. Team Fagan want to take some time to think this over. Remember, the first to strike today was Team Stewart on a pick 6, but things are moving right for Team Fagan in blue.
Yeah, it is. And again, you're talking about quarterbacks warming up and getting used to who's who, where's where. And I like the fact that got a guy in Bell that is just, hey, I'm keeping my eyes up the field and I'm making some plays. If I'm in the huddle right now, I'm talking to my boys, be like, yo, fellas, here's a play call, but I promise you, get open, I'm going to find you, and we're going to deliver the rock.
With the quarterbacks they have today, again, we've talked about Humphrey on Team Stewart's side, but don't forget Tyler Bell and Jake Forberger. Both of these quarterbacks extremely accomplished in their own right, and I would think it's kind of extremely fun for a quarterback to kind of play with some different players, really showcase, hey, no matter who I have on my team,
yes,
I know how to be a quarterback. I can distribute the ball. I can run the offense.
I'm going to give you some talent, and then what are you going to do with said talent? And the quarterback's like, oh, coach, I'm going to use it and use it well. I'm slinging the ball out there, and they're going to catch it and make me look good.
Speaking of Tyler Bell, back once in the backfield again with Isaiah Taylor. We've got a stacked twin on the left and right. Bell drops, pressure coming from outside. Great Bell still keeps it to himself, cutting back again, using the legs to the near side, out at the 18-yard line for another first down, and stops the clock.
Football is so interesting because in that timeout, they had that twin set, and they were having guys kind of cross and hopefully mix up the defense. But because of the rush up the field, Bell was not able to get the ball out of his hands because he did have his receivers open. So D-line helped out the secondary because the secondary wasn't able to keep contain of the coverage. And at the same time, Bell, being an athlete, just using his legs, picks up a critical first down. Now they're in the red zone.
Right now, Tyler Bell has 51 yards on the ground so far in this game.
Most of it came on this drive.
Joined in the backfield by Gerard Woods. Woods splits out. Bell rolling. Gets it away to Woods. Woods in the open. Flat. And tackled outside by number 3, Jay Nettles.
Gerard Woods, love his game. Again, all these running backs, they just have such a football awareness to their game. And for him, number one, just to be patient, not run upfield or not run too far to the sideline, just be available for your quarterback, and he was. And it gives you a chance to have it now in what, second and inside of a yard? I mean, that's what you're looking for.
Absolutely correct. Second down, joined back in the backfield by Isaiah Taylor's Tyler Bell. Bell decides back shoulder attempt, broken up on the outside. Great defense by number 10, excuse me. That's number 18, Joshua Grier right there. Thought it was number 10. I wanted to make sure. I was like, wait a second, that's not Aaron Foot, that's Joshua Grier.
Give him some love. Joshua, now remember, he was involved in another pass breakup. That was actually, give some love to Gabe Eisler.
There we go. Thank you very much for that.
Gabe,
I appreciate that.
Gabe went up and made sure that no fly zone here. This is the area of the field where we got radar. That no fly zone, we're gonna make sure that that ball comes up incomplete. But that was a back shoulder throw, very difficult. Young man, 6 foot, 187. I mean, there is somebody somewhere in the FCS needing a player the likes of Eisler, excuse me, and for him to go out there and be on their football team next season.
Representing BCC Bethesda Chevy Chase High. Always good to see the local talent put on. All you need is a play. One play that makes a difference. Great defense on his side in the secondary. Because right now, this blue squad, Team Fagan, they're trying to find their way into the end zone.
They're attending.
Glad to see a young man get off the field. That's Hezekiah Bailey, the offensive lineman out of Edgewood. Able to walk out under his own strength, dinged up on the previous play. Glad to see him up on his own. And just so everybody's a reminder, here's what we have coming up at halftime. The Street Matter family on the BRYAN 11 Foundation, its history and its meaning. And then we're going to talk to legendary coach Bob Malloy. Because what is football without a conversation with a great coach? And then, of course, we'll have our halftime stats and highlights. So all that coming up halftime here at the Legend Senior Bowl, brought to you by Nicholas Air. We have 25 seconds remaining in the second period. Knotted up, 18 all. Team Fagan with the ball. Tyler Bell, the quarterback, in the backfield with Isaiah Taylor. And we have an immediate flag on the play. Oh, we're going to get the good old-fashioned encroachment on the defense. We'll take a +5. We take the walk. That'll put the ball down on the 7-yard line going in. Bell returns with the play. 24 seconds only, even though that one penalty only lost 1 second. Fresh set of downs, 1st and goal. And again, we've seen Taylor and Bell in the backfield as a tandem quarterback and running back for the majority of the offensive snaps for Team Fagan.
Got one-on-one down here to the bottom.
Yeah, Josh Humphreys locked down one-on. And another flag. Once again, encroachment again. They're calling them for lining up in the zone, neutral zone.
Well, I think part of it is they're trying to time up the snap to get that advantage over the offensive line. And that's where they're getting into trouble. They're getting a little over-anxious. And as soon as I say over-anxious, big number 24,
yep.
Ron Walsh coming on in the game.
Here comes Mr. Business Decision. You've been playing close enough, been watching, which I know you have. Having Walsh out there in the field, big target for a quarterback, especially in the red zone. He already had to mark half distance to the goal line. So now the ball, based on that last penalty, is on the 4-yard line. 1st and goal on the 4-yard line going in with 24 seconds left to go.
Well, he looks like they're going to split him out wide to the short side of the field, and I'm curious if Rowan's going to be getting the jump ball.
Bell drops, throws, and to your anticipation, attempts to Walsh, but flag on the play, defended by Ashton early. And that flag came early.
It might be, I'm curious, they're going to call holding on the defense. It was thrown by the back judge. Usually that favors the offense.
We're going to go
face
with
mask.
Face mask on the defense.
Yes. That quick jam.
Yep.
You try to quick jam and you shoot your hands up and it gets into that face mask. You can see at the top of the screen right there, that face mask. Oh, great call by the back judge.
Yeah.
And then you can also see where I think Rowan, I love his height, I love his size, but in that particular case, that jump ball, you should use it a little bit more to your advantage.
So now it's 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Bell with the snap, and he decides to hand that off to Taylor. Pushing the pile, and the pile pushes back. Call is just short. And we got a timeout on the field. Team Fagan.
This is awesome. This is football right here, bro. Goal line, you're trying to just get fancy with the spices. 11 ticks left on the clock. A quick draw. And you just need that extra push, but the D-line, big number 52. Tyler Owens says, not today, my friend. Big 6 foot 275 out of St. Charles with a huge tackle to prevent the touchdown.
Tell me if you agree with this or not, Q. Typically, you know, you're between the 30s. That's when quarterbacks and receivers like to shine. But when you get down to that goal line, that's when the big guys start to say, hey, now it's time for me to show you what all this weight's about. I'm about to move a pile or I'm going to stop one.
Yes. It is your determination versus theirs. And what does that mean? That if you're an offensive lineman, you're determined to say, look, we're more physical than you. D-line, you're like, nah, we draw the line in the sand, you're not scoring. Period, end of discussion.
As we are set for a 2nd and down and 2. 2 would be the goal line, so 2nd and goal. 11 seconds on the clock. Back to live action. Again, Tyler Bell and Isaiah Taylor in the backfield. Bell looking left, and that pass is incomplete. Looking for the big man Walsh, unable to connect.
I mean, that is a mismatch. That is a red zone opportunity. But then you're also talking about the competitor on the defense side of the ball saying, no, not today.
That's Josh Grier with the denial.
And that is your D-line getting the hands up, and he's just not able to get. I mean, when you're throwing it to a tall guy like that and it is overthrown, that's where Bell needs to just set his feet and just layer it right over the line. Just layer it. Your guy will come down with it. He got good enough hands.
Which he's proven today as we look at a third down. Split far to the top of your screen, Jaden Parker. Near side trips formation with Walsh on the inside. Bell with the snap, looking, hunting, goes back the other way and decides to toss that out of the back of the end zone after taking contact. So now we're looking at a 4th and goal situation. And they decide to send out the kicking team, which would be Braden Lutz from Georgetown Prep, preparing to kick this field goal attempt with 2 seconds left to go before the half.
Bell has to be frustrated. His receivers, they ran into a zone look. Very difficult, but you can't stop. You have to find the opening in the zone. I think what happened was well, I ran my route and I stopped, and that's high school. And that's where, again, you got to be that guy that understands the game within the game. And I'm sure if they do get an opportunity to get to the next level, that freshman year will be a lot of teaching and learning.
That's when you consider running to open space, right?
Yes.
Run to your quarterback's eyes, run to open space. Some thought there was a timeout taken. It was not.
The wry smile of Coach Stefanelli.
They're like, Coach, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
It's a showcase game. We're going to play this out, and we're going to go to a break.
Coach
no
like,
icing the kickers in showcase games.
Yeah, we try to get in at halftime. Let's go.
Braden Lutz with the field goal attempt. And again, that is good. Points count. So now the score is adjusted 24-18. And for those wondering, why didn't they try to block the kick? It is a showcase game.
Yes.
That is part of the rules. There is no rushing the kicker or punter on any of those plays because player safety is #1. So now we go to the break after 2 quarters. It's Team Fagan up 21-18 here at the Legends Senior Bowl, brought to you by Nicholas Air. We're back in a moment on Monumental Sports Network.
Athletes to learn, compete, thrive, game.
Time with the Legends Senior Bowl presented by Nicholas Air. Give students and athletes the financial support they may need to attain a private education in the greater Washington, D.C. area. Visit BRYAN11Foundation.org for more details. Take a look at some of the great schools Bryan 11 Foundation is partnered with. Yeah, earlier, Juliana caught up with Bryan's sister Julia, brother Welcome back at halftime with the Legends Senior Bowl presented by Nicholas Air. The BRYAN 11 Foundation gives students and athletes the financial support they may need to attain a private education in the greater Washington, D.C. area. Visit BRYAN11Foundation.org for more details. Take a look at some of the great schools BRYAN 11 Foundation is partnered with. Yeah, earlier, Juliana caught up with Brian's sister Julia, brother Sean, and mom Rosanna to get more background on the foundation and their mission.
Julia, take us through how the BRYAN 11 Foundation started and what this mission means to you as Brian's family.
Absolutely, yeah. So we unfortunately lost our brother and obviously my mom's son back in 2022 unexpectedly, and the BRYAN 11 Foundation was something as a family that we all decided that we wanted to figure out something that could build off of his legacy and honor him in a way, and sports is what he loved. So we created the foundation back in 2022, shortly after he passed, and we now give student athletes scholarships to schools that they want to go to, and putting that financial cost aside. So that's really important to us. If a kid wants to go somewhere, but kind of taking that financial cost and that family, just putting it aside and really just focusing on the sport and the love of the game that my brother had.
Now, Sean, there's so much talent on the field today. What goes into building an event like this, and what does that selection process look like for you?
It's pretty difficult. It kind of starts back in August. We talk about it then, about how we want to do it each year. The biggest thing for this game is not about the top talent. It's more about finding kind of those hidden gems in the area, those guys that are not as highly rated. And we had about 400 kids this year apply to be in this game. So picking them is very difficult, but I get to go through and watch all the film, thankfully. And it's more just like I pick guys that on their film just show they love football. That's the biggest thing about it.
Now, Sean, Brian had such a profound love of sports. So how does his passion drive the mission of this event today?
So we do basketball and football, and the biggest part of that with how he's driven everything about it is he had more joy in his face ever when he was playing basketball or football or just playing sports. Is probably when he was happiest. He always had a smile on his face. He played. It was infectious, really, is the best way to put it.
Now, Julia, what's on the horizon for the BRYAN Foundation, moving forward after this event?
There's a lot. So obviously we have basketball this afternoon, and we have a gala that comes up. It's our fourth one coming up in February this year that we're super excited about. And also just, every year we're growing. This year, currently, we have 21 BRYAN 11 scholarship athletes in school right now, and we're partnered with around 12 different high schools in the area. So there's so much on the horizon. There's so much more to be done and everything like that. So we're really looking forward to growing each and every year.
Thank you very much, guys. This is a tremendous event. Wes, back to you.
Thanks so much, Juliana. I appreciate that, as well as our thanks to the Strip Matter family. Incredible work the foundation doing to honor Brian's memory. We'll be back with more halftime from Georgetown Prep after the break. Yep. Copy. Stats and highlights on the rollout. I'll just say back with more. Yeah, Josh Humphreys. Yep. I got him. Josh Humphreys. Yes. Gotcha fast. I gotcha. That's what I was doing. I was thinking 2:30? 2:30, I'm thinking. I'd give it plus an hour and a half now. So 2:30 max. Thank you to all our sponsors of the Legend Senior Bowl, presented by Nicholas Air, by Top Dog Services, by CFI Group, by Sheehy, and by Grill Marks. At the half, the score 21-18, and it's all helped by big plays like this on the receiving end. Josh Humphreys for Team Fagan. Back with more in a moment. Yeah. The score at the half, 21-18, Team Fagan over Team Stewart. But we want you to take a look at today's halftime entertainment. Flag Star Football delivers flag football programs for boys and girls of all ages and experience levels across the DMV, creating pathways for athletes to learn, compete, and thrive in the game we love. That impact is made possible by Monumental Sports and Entertainment and their District of Play initiative, whose commitment to access and opportunity continues to grow the game across the community. Through this partnership, you'll see our students from District of Play Sports Business Internship Program all in action, and because every girl deserves a chance to play. Today's halftime game features Flag Star's Girls Showcase team, made up of the most elite athletes in youth flag football. These first half stats are brought to you by Grill Marks. We're at the Legend Senior Bowl today. Team Fagan, Team Stewart taking on each other. And again, with the Team Stewart getting out to an early lead, it's Team Fagan in the second quarter. Turn things around. Let's look at these first half stats that are brought to you by Grill Marks. The first half rushing yards, all in Team Fagan's lead. However, Team Stewart letting it fly through the air, but if you count those first downs, well, Team Fagan doing the right thing. But let's go down to our sideline reporter, Juliana Morgan, who's standing by with Coach Bob Malloy.
Thanks, Wes. Coach Malloy, tell me a little bit about what it's like being a prior coach of this Legend Senior Bowl and what you're seeing out here today.
Well, I'm seeing a really good game, a lot of scoring. Everybody loves that. But to be a part of this is an honor. You know, I coached Johnny Stripmatter and his three brothers, and I coached his son, Brian. And it's all about honoring him and raising money and giving it to a good cause. So I'm having a great time.
Tell us a little bit about Brian, coaching his father, and a little bit about the Stripmatter family and this foundation.
This is a wonderful, wonderful family. My wife Susan worked with their mother, and we've been to all four of them's weddings. And Brian comes along, and he's a great athlete, and it was fun coaching him too. It really been a great experience, great relationship.
Coach Malloy, you've coached champions throughout your career. We have some photos of you throughout your career. What's it been like? What are the principles that you've instilled in your young athletes to make them successful throughout their careers?
Well, you know, it's important to have fun. I mean, you know, and if they don't have fun, they're not going to play. But it's also important to win, and I've been blessed at some very nice schools that I've coached at with a lot of great kids, and I've just missed coached 47 years of high school football and just loved every minute of it.
Thank you so much for your time. They're having fun out here today, aren't they, Wes?
Yes, they are. Let's take a look at the career accomplishments for Bob Malloy. And there's one number that stands out to me since he's been coaching from 1970 to 2017. Look down at that second bullet. 405 career wins at 77. I call it 77 because I round up. 77% as a head coach. Well done. By the way, 4 straight WCAC titles. If you are a part of that class of 2012, you can stick your chest out extra far, being a really important, vital part of Bob Malloy's coaching career. 8 Maryland State titles, too, as well. A lot to be said here in this program. So well done to Coach Malloy and to all the coaches participating and who have participated in all of these lovely schools around here. Want to remind everybody about a couple of statistical notes for the quarterbacks of each team as we get set here for second half action. When it comes to Team Fagan, if you're looking at quarterback Tyler Bell, he's 5 for 13 with 58 yards and a touchdown, but he also had 55 yards on the ground, but 2 interceptions to go with it. But Jake Forberger also on Team Fagan. 4 out of 6 for 43 yards, 8 yards on the ground, and a touchdown. But looking at Team Stewart, that's when we look at our friend Rylan Humphrey, who also is an attendee of Georgetown Prep. He was 8 for 11, 120 yards, a touchdown pass in the first half, and 12 yards on the ground. For those just joining us, it was Team Stewart who got on the scoreboard first with an immediate pick 6 to get things started. In that second quarter, it was all about Team Fagan finding their way into the pay dirt multiple times, including a field goal try that put them up 21-18. So now here we are in the second half. In this third period, I'm going to say second period, we already did that. That's called halftime. In this third period, second half, Kaji Ismail, West Hall along for the ride in the second half of the Legend Senior Bowl here at Georgetown Prep. Byron Williams on the carry, immediately met in the backfield by none other than Jefferson Serkfem, donning that number 11 in honor of the BRYAN 11 Foundation. Great look inside, just immediate handoff. You talk about intense defense, Q, just get to it.
It is, and it's one of those scenarios where you go in at halftime, you make the adjustments, but the players are starting to feel out one another and recognizing, hey, I can try this move, or I'm going to try this technique to be effective against what the offense is doing.
Loss of 2 on the play. Humphrey fakes a handoff with the quick roll left. Across his body, almost on the reception, is number 12, Cordaro Foot can't bring it in. That would have been a beautiful reception, and it would have been a first down had he brought that one in.
Yeah, that play was the one that they scored on earlier in the game. And again, that play was wide open. You just see the misdirection, a little play action and roll out. He got a little too casual with it. Got a little too casual. Cordaro Foot, excuse me. You have to be able to put two hands on the football unless you just 4-star rating going somewhere like Alabama.
You got to put two hands on that one, because that had so much yak opportunity on it. Like, if he catches that and goes upfield, that's at least another +7. As we're looking at, again, a 3rd and 12 situation. Humphrey back, goes outside on the edge. That's Oscar Wickman with the reception.
Wickman.
Oscar
Wickham, it's interesting because Oscar had 2 opportunities earlier in the game in the first half for potential big plays. But what I appreciate about it is the fact that he's still out there running his route and being disciplined, making catches when he is called upon.
Taking a look now at 4th and 5. Remember, inside the 35, there is no punting, so Team Stewart will go for it. Trips to his left. Defense trying to jump, and the flag is called. We'll take a 5. The encroachment on the defense.
When you have a nifty heads-up quarterback like you do in Rylan Humphrey, you're going to use the count. We would always say that the quarterback using the snap count as a weapon is the advantage of the offense. You know when you need to go in. A simple hard count draws them off sides, gets a free first down, keeps the chains moving.
Fresh set of downs, fresh 10 for Rylan Humphrey, Georgetown Prep quarterback. Out to his left, immediate on the reception. Out in the flat, that's Jesse Faulkner. The gain of 7 on the play, taking it down to the 46-yard line.
That's a tough 7.
Man.
And this is just like a simple hitch route, but it's not about that first contact. Boom, go ahead, keep balance, keep on going. 1, 2, 3 other guys, 4 guys. He had to get on him before he was taken down. Nice job by Jesse Faulkner out of Delaney.
Well done, and you see him listed as a receiver and a DB, but his receiving numbers rather formidable to say the least.
1,600 all-purpose yards.
Right, leave him on the field. Handoff inside to Williams. Gain of 0 on the play. That's Cameron Leonard on the tackle. Leonard out of Mervo High. Again, so many different high schools being represented here today. Athletes from all over the region.
Cameron.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, Cameron, when he was in practice, he was tossing some dudes around when they were doing some inside run. He was making a lot of plays, very disruptive type player.
3rd and short. Williams and Humphrey in the background. Humphrey gets it out of his hands quickly. And that's the number 1, Braden Troop, who we've been talking about earlier in this game. Dominic Malone on the tackle.
That's an idea of football IQ, when you're able to know where the chains are, make yourself available, create separation, snatch the ball out of the air, be the hero for that play.
Another thing, Q2, to that point, I think in a game like this, it's not just a matter of also, can you score, but can you work and manage the field? Can you walk your offense down there when you can't just depend on big plays? Humphrey in the slot behind him and almost picked off. Pass was intended for number 12, Cordaro Foot, but it's Khalil Keja, DB, with 1 hand on it.
It's interesting. I think in this particular case, there were double seam routes.
Yeah.
I don't know if Foot ran his route the correct way for what the play was called for, but to his defense, you're talking about a timing type of a play that over the course of a season, it would be easy for you to say, okay, this is what I need to do. Let me go ahead and make the play and get the catch and completion.
I love the fact that Khalil Cato doing his push-ups. If you touch it and you don't pick it, I need my 10, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Guys keeping it loose here at the Legends Senior Bowl. Georgetown Prep in North Bethesda, Maryland. Handoff to Williams outside. Big lumbering run to his left. Pickup of 6 on the play. Using that stiff arm right there, making guys have to work.
I think from a play calling aspect of things, it's not just about throwing the ball down the football field, but it is about running and trying to get to the outside, and you're going to have to break some tackles, which he did, but it gives you a chance from a second down opportunity to get positive yards. Positive yards leads to a 3rd and 5, which now the playbook is wide open for you from either passing it and or handing it off in a draw action to get the first down.
Double backfield set. Humphrey with the hold. Great catch outside by number 12, Cordero Foote. No, he's glad to get that reception. A first down for Team Stewart.
Cordero Foote, love him. And I think if I were to coach him, I were to say this. Outstanding job of getting in phase with the quarterback. Snatch the ball out of the air with your hands. But run, young man, run. You're talking about Dominic Malone coming in, making a tackle, but you had at least 3 or 4 yards on him. If you just kept running to the sideline, you maybe show your speed, turn up the field, and possibly score.
I know that instinct to get north sometimes prevents guys from you understanding you can use lateral yards as well. Williams fighting off 3 defenders inside, but we know who said it was all said and done. Jefferson Sergfem on another big tackle here in the second half.
I mean, come on now. Y'all just think y'all just gonna march down the football field on us?
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. I just love Jefferson's game, and look at the pursuit. He and his fellow teammates just like, yeah, number 55 getting up in there, Caden Chapman as well.
Shirk from representing Sherwood High School, standing at 6'2", 245. And you make a tackle against a guy who's 5'10", 200 pounds. The numbers say you better win that battle. 2nd and 12. Ball on the 18 going in. Humphreys drops, looking outside. Ooh. Big catch by Troop. Bigger defense tackle by Malone.
Yes. You see how quickly Malone just shrunk that space. You buzz your feet, close the gap, make the tackle. There's no extra yards to be gained from that. Troop solid catch, but boom, right there, sudden. Get him down on the ground. 3rd and long in the red zone. Every yard matters.
Dominic Malone with great hands on defense. Standing at 6'2", 185 out of Clarksburg. Put some good tape on as we look at a 3rd and 10. Humphreys to our far side, but the pass is complete. Well done to number 7, Jesse Faulkner out of Delaney High. I'm talking about mitts on him there, representing the Lions.
Man, that's just a grab right there. Pop, 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 good route, snatch. Boom. Outstanding, outstanding job. Love the fact that he really just extends out there, the knees down, therefore inbounds. Of course, at the high school and scholastic and collegiate level, you just need 1 foot down.
Indeed, so now we're looking at a 4th and 5. Proud, Gregory Proud in to kick. And so, yes, your screens do not need to be adjusted. A kicker for each team holds for the opposing kicker. Neither team can rush the kick attempt. It is up and low. No good. Well done to the antics of Team Fagan on defense. They maintain a lead 21-18 with under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. We're going to take a quick break. Got a lot of great action here for you for Georgetown Prep. It's the Legends Senior Bowl presented by Nicholas Air.
No flag, thank you.
We don't need no more flags today.
No flag on the play. Right? Like how far is
We're back to action. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the third period. Right now, Team Fagan up 21-18. But we want to remind everybody about the location that we're at today. Fagan and Galvin Field at Bidwell Stadium Complex here on the campus of Georgetown Prep. You got to talk about Jim Fagan, football head coach from 1961 to 96. Proud heritage of talent they have here in the area, as they have an incomplete pass. But shout out to the Bidwell family for all that they have done as well. Gerard Woods on the incompletion. But yes, this stadium, this facility opened back in November of 2022 with a 1,500 capacity. Part of Bidwell, class of 49. And it's so important when you think about what these facilities mean, not only for the players, but for the alumni and for the entire region to be able to host this type of game today. So shout out and much appreciation to the Bidwell family and of course the Fagan family as well. So Fagan, Galvin Field, here at Georgetown Prep. Well done indeed. Coach Fagan, well done to him and his program. As you see Forberger dropping back. Great pass outside, but that's a big hit from a big defender who's actually an offensive player. BRYAN Williams listed as athlete, Q.
Well, it's critical to say this. Coach Ward talked about the fact that he was looking forward to watching him play. And what I appreciated about that, it was a clean hit.
Yes.
It's a tough, physical, boom, square my shoulders up, but I'm not going to lunge. I'm not going to go ahead and leave my feet. It was just a strong, solid football play. Young man, you're looking good today.
DJ Hammond on the reception on that play. Well done to hold on to the ball after that big hit from Williams.
That too. I've been on the other side of that.
Right? 3rd and 8 from the 22. Receiver in motion. It's Gerard Woods. Switching. Forberger picks that one off the carpet. Avoids the pressure, rolling right. Scrambles, decides to go up top. Who's there waiting for it? And it's intercepted on the 29-yard line. That's number 18, Joshua Grier out of St. Mary's Riken. And the entire defense takes the run to the camera.
Joshua just balling, shot calling, playing center field, and coming up with the big pick.
Second big pick on the day. 21-18 is the score. Team Stewart's got the ball when we return on the other side. I love Chip. Chip don't play. I love Chip.
Chip, yeah.
Just under 2 minutes left to go in the third period. Right now, Team Fagan up over Team Stewart in the Legends Senior Bowl. Right now, though, Juliana Morgan standing by with the AD of Georgetown Prep, Daniel Perro.
Thanks, Wes. Coach Perro, why is it so important for your program to support an event like this today?
Well, first of all, Ryan's Strip Matters spirit is alive and well, and we're all out here for that spirit and his foundation. The other thing is we're celebrating football and one of the great sports in our country. These high school young men have worked hard. They've earned the right to do this, but they're doing it, but they're celebrating it and doing it the right way. And I think that's really important.
Coach, how does the Senior Bowl just affect the way that high school athletes approach the college experience?
Well, I think it helps a lot during our time practicing together. You know, our habits, you create the right habits during practice. We've been out here for 3 weeks, and you get a feel of what the college ball is looking for.
What values do you think this event reinforces in young athletes?
It's amazing what happens when you treat people the way they should be treated. It's amazing what happens if you learn to work hard and you set goals. It's amazing what happens when you're dedicated to your teammates and you actually, at the end of the big piece of it, come to love each other. That's huge. That's what the game really builds for these young men. You know, it's a lot of the big tough guys think, oh, love. No, love is everything. And if you can get these kids to really think about each other, put their teammates first, there's nothing better.
No better word to describe it. How about you, Wes? What do you think about love?
Hey, love is what it's all about. A little love is all it takes, and the love of the game and appreciation for those who play it with you is how we got here today. Young men who have honored and respected it so much, they were selected for this showcase. You see a bounce outside. Big run from number 10 there, Aaron Foote. Creating a now second down from the 50-yard line going in for Team Stewart. And Q, he's absolutely right. Like, love is an essential foundation to humanity in itself, and so many good things happen when you're able to be loving and love others, especially when you can bond over something like football.
Well, I tell you, football is the ultimate team sport, and from a fan, from the cheerleaders to the players and coaches, yes, you are creating a sense of community. You are creating an egalitarian way of doing things, which is innate in our human development.
Humphreys and crew on the second down from the 50. High snap, able to keep it under control. A little sidearm action across the middle. That's the number 12, Cordero Foote, who takes it all the way down to the 30-yard line for another first down for Team Stewart.
I will say this, outside of the one attempt at Cordero doing the one-handed catch, no catch, this particular play in its different forms, the waggle action has been wide open, and Cordero has been the recipient of a touchdown on it, and now that was his third grab of this particular play.
Christian Salcedo, the DB out of Guilford Park, on the tackle. Fresh set of downs for Humphrey. On the drive back, looking right, throwing right. Nobody in the flag corner. Miscommunication from receiver and QB. That's number 23, Oscar Wickham, excuse me.
Wickham is having a game. Say it that way. There was some miscommunication between him and Humphrey, and they both are looking at their wristband and saying, wait a minute, this was play number 12. You went play number 9.
Right.
What we
like,
doing
am I supposed to run a 9 or is it play 9?
There's a difference. You just ran a little deep hitch.
I love talking football with football people. Man, this is what it's all about. Just over 6 seconds towards the end of the third period. This has been an electrifying Saturday of football here at Georgetown Prep in North Bethesda, Maryland. Humphrey in the backfield. Can't get away from the pressure. Big tackle, big sack on the defense from Sidney Catlett, the third. Speaking of the third, that is the culmination of the same period by name. We're going to take a break and get ready for fourth quarter action. The Legend Senior Bowl, brought to you by Nicholas Air. We got ourselves a game on Monumental Sports Network. T-shirt toss.
Say it there.
Yes, egalitarian.
But I was like literally right there, and the dude like slid in, and I almost got actually snacks. Oh my god. I was like,
Wesson. Yes. We good?
Give it a mic check for you, Coach. You got us?
Microphone
Yeah, well,
check
good.
up.
Copy that, Coach. Appreciate it. Copy.
You surviving?
I'm doing great.
Not that bad, is it?
Oh, not bad at all. I love it. No place I'd rather be.
Welcome back to North of Bethesda, Maryland. Let's take a look at our stats through 3 quarters, brought to you by Jim Coleman Automotive. Team Stewart, along with Team Fagan, taking on each other. It's been fun through the first 3 quarters. Why? We get things lit up on both sides of the ball. Offense putting some points up. Same thing for defense. A 3-point differential is what we have here. Neither team scoring in the 3rd period. But again, these stats through 3 brought to you by Jim Coleman Automotive. Passing yards in favor of Team Stewart. Both teams knotted up with 11 first downs. But right now, speaking of down, let's go down to the sideline with legendary DC coach, Coach Stefanelli. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm great. How you guys?
We are beyond ecstatic. I would say euphoric, some would say, because we're around football. It's warmed up a little bit. We got a bunch of great competition on the field. Your thoughts about the way your team has just responded through these first couple of quarters?
I thought we came out a little shaky, and then they settled down, and might be a nice little comeback there towards in the 2nd quarter, and really happy with how they're playing now.
Coach, you talk about the week of practice as being one where guys can get in front of other coaches in the particular collegiate level eyes. What did you see and what did you hear from those college coaches as they was watching these young men, these talented young men play?
Well, the recurring theme was, how much talent we had out on the field. They were very impressed with the whole group of kids. We had told them that, leading into it, like, hey, we've got some players out here. And they were happy they came out, I can tell you that.
Coach, when I think about, the experience that these young players are being able to have here, what does it say about the malleability of these guys to be able to learn so many quick things with such unfamiliar teammates throughout the year?
It's really impressive, honestly. All these kids, they had great attitudes. They're willing to learn. They're very coachable. And then they've come together and gelled so quickly in game day. It's really cool to see.
Coach, it's interesting, when I was watching practice, the amount of attention to detail the coaching staff brought to the table, that unto itself, from an all-star player but an all-star coaching staff, talk about just your view of how the guys went about helping these young men be better football players.
We have some great coaches out here, and I thought, kind of like the players, we have to gel quickly and work together and figure out what we want to do so we have a clear message. And everybody's just really open to ideas and making sure we're coaching these kids up as best we can.
Coach, my final question for you, it was once said from a dear friend of mine. He said, coaches change lives. What does it mean to you about the fact that not only are you coaching the football aspect of these young men's journey, but who they are as men growing and moving forward?
That's really our mission, right? That's our job as coaches, is to mentor these young boys into great young men. And we have a great group of kids here. And that's why we're out here as coaches, to help these kids.
Coach Stefanelli, thank you so much. I know you want to get back to the action. It's 4th quarter. You guys trying to walk away with the lead, so thanks so much.
Great, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Legendary DC Coach Stefanelli here joining us on the broadcast. The Legends Senior Bowl here at Georgetown Prep. We've had a great 3 quarters so far. Now we are here, just under 8 minutes left to go on the 4th Q. At this point, now you're going to see it ratchet up again, right? There are levels to this, and I'm seeing the intensity picking up right now with Team Fagan with the ball with Forsberger in the backfield. Jake Forsberger out of Walter Johnson High, dropping back, looking right. Finds the contact, evades some, but can't get away. Ball still on the ground and active. Recovered.
They're saying he's
by
down.
Number 59, they're saying he's down. That's Chase Ennis-Watson. Let's take another look at that one, Q.
Yeah, listen, this is where, again, you talk about ratcheting it up. You trying to do your best to get to the quarterback, to get the ball back, because you want to go ahead and have an opportunity to win the game. And he just wasn't able to set up his feet and make the throw down the football field. Credit the D-line for really putting pressure on him and trying to get rid of the football, but unfortunately it turns into a sack.
That's the 2nd sack for Team Stewart on the day. Will they say pressure bust pipes, or it makes diamonds right now? Defensive line trying to apply some pressure, bust some pipes, and shine.
Get that facet.
3rd and 14. Ball spotted on the 29. Warburger with trips to his right. Flag on the play. That play will be nullified.
Ooh, getting a little bit too anxious to get to the quarterback. Seems like there's an encroachment.
Encroachment on defense, a recurring theme this afternoon.
D linemen, they love to anticipate and try to be nifty, although okay, what did you see? I did not see what you saw. I mean, maybe somewhere along the line that, yeah.
Yeah, more than likely one of those lined up in the neutral zone things, and
Could
all
be
it takes
that.
is a knuckle over.
Yes, sir.
And again, when you talk about getting to the next level, it's those details that are going to make the difference as these high school seniors move on to play in collegiate play. Forberger with 4 wide. Going to the backfield by Rodriguez. Forberger scrambling. Near side. Oh my gosh, Forberger initiating contact at the 47-yard line. Jay Nettles on the tackle. Even he was surprised at what Forberger decided to do.
I think there was a business decision being made, and he said, no, not today. Nettles, you're going to meet my shoulder, and I'm going to lower it right into your chest cavity as it, we're picking up the first down one way or the other.
Jake Forberger standing 6'2", 215, initiating contact as a quarterback. Not afraid of some contact. Jay Nettles. Man.
That's some good football right there. Good, clean football. Hard hitting.
Fresh set of downs for Forberger. Trips to his left. Rodriguez on the handoff right down the middle. Great shot up the A gap for a gain of 9 on the play.
Did you see Rodriguez sitting there like, wait a minute, if my quarterback is trucking some dudes, getting first downs, then I'm going to go ahead, get the rock, lower my shoulder, lower the boom, and let y'all know as he watch him just hit the hole, and then watch him just lower his pad, bam, bam, and falling forward. You're falling forward for an 8-yard gain, young man. Great run.
Well done by Rodriguez. Right up the gut. A-gap running right there. Keeps the defense on his 2nd and short. Ball spotted at the 44. Forberger looking left. Immediate reception by his tight end. On that right there, Rowan Walsh. We talked about him a lot in the first half. Here he is on reception in the 2nd. Able to give his team a first down. Under 4 minutes left to go. Team Fagan with a 3-point lead.
I get it that Rowan Walsh was the recipient. He's going to Delaware. He's going to be fantastic. But mother of pearl, Josh Humphreys, man-to-man, beat his guy clean off the line, and that would have been 6.
Yeah. It's one of those who check back on the tape. Fresh set of downs for Team Fagan. High snap. Hand to Rodriguez. He goes north. Oh, we got a little bit of a wind situation on contact. It's number 56, Jaden Lewis on the reception, the injured man on the field, and I saw he got rolled up on.
Yeah.
That's an offensive lineman right there. Unfortunately, it's Chris Moore out of Northwest High School. So while he's attended to, we'll do a quick step away. And we'll be back with more 4th quarter action from the Legends Senior Bowl from Georgetown Prep in a moment. Thank you to all our sponsors of the Legends Senior Bowl, presented by Nicholas Air, by Top Dog Services, by CFI Group, by Caddies on Cordell, and by Mama Lucia. Before we went away to the break, there was an injury on the play, and we wanted to make sure he was attended to. Right here, taking a look at Chris Moore being rolled up, the offensive lineman. You see it right in the middle of your screen. Just the tackle that was made on Rodriguez as they rolled into his back leg, and you can see him trying to get that weight off of his leg. And as you can see, on his feet being assisted, midfield by the coaches and attendees. One, it's good to see that he is up.
Yeah.
Secondarily, it's good to see that his teammates
Yes.
are the ones coming to assist him off the field. And remember, this is a showcase game, so these are not his quote-unquote normal teammates. These are guys who are fellow men of football valor coming out to help.
Well, offensive line-wise, too, there's that special bond that you form when you go into a game and recognize each other. You need one another. It's the ultimate position group, that is the ultimate team, if you will, within the team.
Yeah.
And so don't know the prognosis. Look like it's a ankle or lower limb, but whatever it might be, I hope he has a speedy recovery.
Indeed, indeed. In the music world, they say one band, one sound. In the football world, one line, one sound.
Yes.
So glad to see that he was being assisted off. Of course, a couple of his teammates coming to give him some words of encouragement on the sideline. And that's really what it is ultimately about at any level of football. The fraternity. It's a sacred place. And we're glad that he was able to be attended to here with just over 3 minutes left to go in the fourth period. Right now, Team Fagan up 3 points. That was the score at the half. Neither team scoring in the third. Jake Forberger in the backfield along with Rodriguez to his right side. Trips to the near side as well. Forberger looking left. Completion outside, and well done with the shake of the first tackle, as he is Josh Humphreys with a great reception. Kadri, you talked about the fact that he could have made an earlier reception, that time answering the dot.
Well, he has such suddenness to his game. I mean, this is a little simple hitch route to the outside, and you can see where Humphreys, number one, strong break after the catch, and then again the ability to get upfield with a sense of purpose.
How many times did a coach tell you, Q, if you're responsible for your man, if you can shake that one,
yes,
everything else is in our benefit?
Absolutely. Big plays come from when you have that big play mindset. It's not just about the catch. What you do after the catch, that's where the specialness of being a receiver comes in.
1st and 10, handoff to Rodriguez, snelled out immediately by the defense, led by DeLeon Otero Gray for the team steward. Right now, CFI Group is the nation's premier multifamily contractor and your trusted renovation partner across the USA, delivering multifamily and commercial renovations for over 30 years. Visit cfigroup-us.com to learn more. We're going to take a quick break. Just over 2 minutes left to go here in the fourth period. Team Fagan with a 3-point lead. This is the Legends Senior Bowl, brought to you by Nicholas Air on Monumental Sports Network. Sit down.
Guy over here, he is like dancing in his seat.
I stay on the team. Get the my stage. I'm the same man. Today's Legend Senior Bowl is presented by Nicholas Air. 2:21 left in the fourth period. Team Fagan with the ball, going in with the 2nd and 14. Rodriguez on the carry, fighting hard to get back to the line of scrimmage. Denied so by the team steward. That's number 59, True Wooten, on the tackle. First time getting his name called today. Well done by the defensive lineman inside. Creating a 3rd and 14. Again, 2-minute warning. Now tapping us on the shoulder.
Yes, indeed.
So now, Q, do we anticipate any strategy occurring here as we get down to the end of this showcase game? Because again, we talked about the experience being quote unquote more valuable than the outcome, but the outcome still matters.
Well, I think for Team Stewart, clearly for them, they're trying to get the ball back. So this is a critical third down and 4th down, because they're still in somewhat of field goal range.
Right.
But if you're Team Fagan, like, hey, let's get ourselves in a position either to get the first down or just with the mindset of prepare ourselves for defense and closing out this game.
Remember, the way this game started, the first score on the board was Team Stewart on an interception, a 60-yard pick six.
That was Jai Nettles with the 60-yarder.
A lot of defensive pressure coming from the outside. Forberger rolling right with the stumble, throws the floating duck, and it's complete to number 19, Emmanuel Kayembe.
Talk about making a play looking like Johnny Manziel.
Just how he drew it up, Q.
Oh, my goodness. The rush was on. You thought BRYAN Williams was going to get the sack, and just the ability to keep your eyes upfield, young man. Great job by Jake Forberger to get his team the necessary play to get the first down.
Hey, that's grit and determination. I refuse to stumble. I refuse to fall. And if I do, I'm going to throw it to somebody that's wearing the same jersey as me. That ball stayed in the air at least for 10 seconds in my mind. Speaking of which, 5 on the play clock. Forberger with Rodriguez in the backfield. Rodriguez on the carry and met immediately. Low and high. 2 defenders from Team Stewart on the defensive side, one of them being Kai Jones on the tackle.
Well, I tell you one thing, you ain't going to be running the ball on us.
Nope.
And I think now you got to look at, if you're Team Stewart, I think that might be where Coach Ward is thinking, you know, some timeouts might be in order, or unless they're just going to go ahead and allow the clock to run down.
That was Jay Nettles also in there on the tackle. So not only can he give you a pick six, but he can get dirty and go in there and take on a big tackle inside. So now here we are, 1st and 10, 30 on the play clock. Excuse me, 2nd and 10. Forberger, Rodriguez in the backfield. Trips to the left, Humphreys split right. One-on-one coverage outside. Rodriguez with the handoff. And I'm picking up a strategy here, Q. Work the clock, work the clock. You got a 3-point lead. Big tackle right there from Tyler Owens, trying to, but they will let it play out. And there it is. Tick, 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 zeros on the clock, and it's Team Fagan walking away with a 21-18 win here at the Legend Senior Bowl. Brought to you by Nicholas Air here on Monumental Sports Network. We're going to take a break. When we come back on the other side, offensive, defensive player of the game, and of course, we'll send you home with a smile.
Take care, guys. See ya. Good being with you.
I made it work though. That's why I liked it. A little bit of time.
You okay? It's like the only thing I can't fuck up.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'll tell you.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Well, here we are at the conclusion of today's matchup from North Bethesda, Maryland. Team Fagan with a 3-point win over Team Stewart in the Legends Senior Bowl, brought to you by Nicholas Air. A fun afternoon, but right now it's time to give out some hardware, so I yield the floor to the PA announcer, Kevin.
Oh, good. You're good. Go ahead.
No?
Yep.
He's speaking of the field.
That's okay. Go for
All right.
it.
At this time, we will announce the MVP awards. The defensive player of the game is named in honor of John Vassos. John Vassos was a pioneer in youth football and a mentor to many young athletes. We are deeply honored to have members of the Vasso family with us this afternoon, and we thank you for allowing us to celebrate a legacy that this award proudly carries forward. The John Vassos Defensive Player of the Game, brought to you by Caddies on Cordell, goes to number 24, Carlos Schurd. The Offensive Player of the Game award is named in honor of BRYAN Stripmatter. BRYAN was a fiercely competitive quarterback with an unwavering desire to win, and his love for football radiated every time he stepped onto the field. We welcome the Stripmatter family to the field this afternoon to present the award. The BRYAN Stripmatter Offensive Player of the Game, brought to you by Top Dog Services, goes to number 10, Jake Forberger.
Well, Q, that was a fun afternoon of high school football. We talked about giving you the best of the best, and they delivered.
They did. I loved it. I think that both sides of the field, both teams, Fagan and Stewart, had some excellent talent and relatively got out of the game healthy. Loved it. Every bit of it from start to finish.
As we requested, so it was delivered. So for Kadri Ishmael, Juliana Morgan, and our entire crew, I'm Wes Hall, and thank you to the Bryan 11 Foundation and to all of our sponsors and guests for joining us today. Final score 21-18, Team Stewart over Team Fagan. This has been a presentation of Monumental Sports and Entertainment.